You have made so many films on the Ramayana,
Yeah.
and I think the films that you have made on the Ramayana have attracted audiences and also celebrities.
Yes.
Can you tell us something about the celebrities who
For
witnessed?
celebrities was Mahatma Gandhi saw my picture. That was the unforgettable moment of my life. It was so arranged. Some people, Gujarati daily journalists, they just approached Mahatma Ji that this picture you must see. And he was convalescing at Juhu, Shanti Kumar Moraji's bungalow. And then he agreed. On Monday was the his silence day, and Dr. Sushila Nair allowed 40 minutes, and I had the privilege to sit by his side. I was thrilled, you see, such a personality, glow, and the picture was started. And after 40 minutes, Sushila said that Bapu, 40 minutes, Bapu signed that carry on, carry on. For 90 minutes complete, he saw the picture. But then we wanted to take the photograph. We had kept the photograph. Such occasion is very important.
He signaled with his hand.
Sign. You don't take photograph. He said that these film people will just publish cheap publicity and all that. But then his reaction was he patted me. That was enough because he didn't speak. So it was Monday. The papers, all papers. I have got the cuttings. That Mamda Mahatma Ji saw Ram Rajya. Then another celebrity is Radhakrishnan, Dr. Radhakrishnan. He was not the president at that time. And he inaugurated at Majestic Cinema our Bharat Milap in two versions. 10 minutes he gave. And he sat through the whole picture. He was crying and reciting shlokas of from Ram. And then he wrote me that you have captured a splendor that India was and you have made a wonderful picture and all that. I forget the exact words. He gave me the opinion. Then Dr. B.C. Roy in Bengal, Calcutta, he opened Bharat Milap. Srinivas Shastri opened in Madras, Honorable Srinivas Shastri. Then so many people, Amarnath Jha, Dr. Kalidas Nag, Suniti Kumar Chatterjee, they sent the appreciation letters. The Amarnath Jha's letter I won't forget. He wrote that the scene you have shown that Ram and Sita and Lakshmana are going in the forest, his chariot is going in back shot, and Kausalya is watching from the balcony. At the same time, I had shown that one calf was sucking milk from her mother, from a mother cow, and the shepherd, the man who just snatches, takes the calf away, and calf goes like that, and cow sees pathetically on that side. And then we met the shots with Kausalya. His son is going away, and he is like just a cow shedding tears. So he wrote that this one shot or scene, Valmiki could not have written in 100 slokas what you have shown in this. Could not have described this incident like this. It was so impressive.
You also narrated a very funny story about an extra during the making of Ram Rajya, I think. Sit like a
Yes,
king, huh?
there was a scene of Ashwamedh Yagya and all the kings were invited, those who were under Ram, and they were taken costumes from Magalla Dresswala and all that. On the Singhasanas they were sitting. So one fellow was sitting just riff-raff. I told him that why don't you sit properly like a king? You are a king. He's like, I am a king. You pay me 1 rupee per day and you say that you are a king. How can I feel that? At that time, extras were not so
Well
costly.
paid.
And there was no association also, Junior Artist Association, all this.
Let's get back to the time in the late 60s. This is the time you faced the union trouble when your three units were dissolved.
Yes, after that time, Holy Area, we had 3 units, and this freelancing was rampant. And we have difficulty in getting the dates of the artists. So we thought that we will remove 2 units and keep only 1 unit so that we can at a time make one picture. Those staff resented that no. At that time there was a union and Rohit Dave was the union leader. And he said that no, you cannot dismiss the staff, you must keep all the 3 units. But we told them that we cannot, it is not practical because the overhead is so much and the output is very little. How can we afford? He says, anyhow. Then we thought that now what is the use? We will go on strike, we told them. And we closed the studio. We don't want to make it. All were given notice, dismissed. Then after 15 days, they came, some of them, that हमको किसी तरह भी रखिए भैया हम अभी चला नहीं सकते स्टूडियो तुमको चलाना हो तो चलाओ तुम लोग सोसाइटी बनाओ कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी so they agreed they had to pay 28% to us of the proceeds and we had to pay the electric bill, water bill and all that, rent and all that. But then we didn't gain so much, but when it was a huge loss, we saved this loss. And then when the opening was done, Jai Prakash Narayan was called. Rai Batu Chunilal was also there. Jamshedji Wadia was also there. And he formally opened the cooperative society. So at that time I had the privilege of meeting Jai Prakash Narayan.
Was any film made under the cooperative?
Outside films.
Achha.
We also made Holy Aire, some settings we made also. There.
Tell us something about Holy Aire because I think this was the last film made with Prakash
Yes.
Pictures banner.
Holy Aire was Mala Singha. Shatrughan Singha played for the first time.
Yeah.
In the Holy Aire, he came straight from the institute. And Shatrughan Singha, and we took new hero, Premendra, who looked like Manoj Kumar. And heroine was Kuch Chugani. And Kalyan Janji gave music. And the picture was about Valraj Sani was there. Deena Gandhi was there. Deena Pathak, who is called now Deena Pathak. And the picture was moderate success, nothing much. Then we thought that now we must retire now. It is no use making pictures because the age is there.
In spite of that, I think you directed 2 more films. Banfool and much later Hira or Patthar.
Yes, Banfool was our friend Mr. G.N. Shah, who was the income tax expert and financial advisor. He approached me that you make one picture. These 2 accountants and production manager Mr. C.D. Shah and Harish Upadhyay want to make a picture. And my son Arun wrote a story of the background of the timber in south, Madhumalai forest, the elephants taking logs and all that. That was the story. And the Babita was the heroine, Jitendra was the hero, and music was by Lakshmikant Pyarelal. It was good success.
Hira or Patthar?
Hira or Patthar, my son Arun Bhatt and my son-in-law Kishore Vyas, they were producing documentaries for Gujarat government. They got the prize for documentaries. Then they wanted to come in feature films. And then they started their first picture Vardhan with Vinod Mehra and Reena Roy and Mahmood. Mahmood got the first Best Film Fare Award, Comedians Award in this picture. Picture ran very well. In Ganga talkies, no picture ran more than 12 weeks. This picture ran for 17 weeks there. So it was quite a success. Then they produced Hira or Patthar. They had a story. My son Arun, he wrote the story of these dolis. The pilgrims go up in the temple and carry the pilgrims, and they eagle for the rates. And then Shashi Kapoor is a man of that dolly carrier. 2 men are
on either side,
and then in between there is seat hanging. And he said that you are just paying that 10,000 rupees. उसको सोने के गहने चढ़ाते हो और दूध के से नहलाते हो, या गरीब के बच्चे के दूध मिलता नहीं है, तुम अब रेशमी वस्त्र पहनाते हो, और यहाँ गरीब औरत को अपनी इज्जत ढांकने के लिए भी कपड़ा नहीं है. It was a revolutionary subject. Vikram Singh had written a good review in Times of India, but then people didn't appreciate.
I think Shabana Azmi was the
Shabana
heroine.
Azmi was the heroine, and this Shashi Kapoor was the hero. Ashok Kumar was there, yes. I'm forgetting.
I think after this you more or less retired from the industry. You
Yeah.
did not direct any more
Yes.
films.
That was in 77.
77.
Then they made Ma Baap and Gujarati pictures.
Can you tell us
Because-
something about that, what your sons are doing now? And
Yeah, my son Arun Bhatt, he is the eldest, 2 years elder than Praveen. Now they were making Gujarati pictures, successful pictures. Arun got 4 consecutive awards for Gujarat government for best direction, best picture. Through 3 pictures, he was also directing outside pictures. And he was paid 1 lakh or 1,25,000 for Gujarati picture because tax exemption was there. The market was very good. But then afterwards, the tax exemption went on reducing by 10%, and then Gujarati market was not there because people were making those folklores and all that, and then social pictures we can't compete with Hindi pictures, so they closed that. And now he is directing one Mr. Pranlal Mehta, Pratima Pictures, who is directing his picture Jawani Zindabad, where the Amir Khan is the hero, Farah is the heroine, and Utpal Dutt, Kader Khan. So many artists are there, and he is making a good picture, shaping it very well. And another picture is going to start from one Mr. Agarwal from Delhi. His own story. He liked it very much. He saw the cassette of that Gujarati picture, and he is giving the second picture. And there are other talks also going on. Revert to direction. Praveen became an ace photographer. He has directed so many Amitabh pictures, and Amitabh won't work without him, except he is not available.
as cameraman.
As a cameraman. Kulanand, he is working with Mahesh Bhatt. First started with Mahesh Bhatt, and then now this picture, Main Azad Hoon, Nadiyadwala is doing. Then he tried in between some direction. That Devi Dutt gave him the picture, Bhavna. It was his own story. Shabana Azmi was there, and the picture was appreciated by critics, and Shabana Azmi got the Best Actress Award, Filmfare Award. But then it didn't work commercially well. He made a very good picture. Then again another picture he made for one Mr. Subhash Jain from Delhi, Goonj Baha Ganga Mein, with Aditya Pancholi. He was given the chance of the hero. Then he stopped directing. Then he made one very good picture, telefilm, Jeevan Sandhya, where Asha Parekh and Anupam Kher played the role. It was a very good picture, appreciated.
Sir, you have spanned almost 60 years in the film industry, 50 of them actively, last 10 years in retirement, but very alert and active and very much aware of the kind of trends in cinema because of your sons and because of your own reading. And can you very briefly tell us about this change, the panoramic change that has taken place in the 60 years that you
I
have
tell you,
witnessed?
Mr. Narvekar, it's a very big change, vast change. First, the producer, the trademark, the company, and the director counted. Artist didn't count. Picture used to run on the name of the new theatres. Prabhat, trademark, Prakash, Ranjit, and Bombay Talkies and all, Minerva. And the artists didn't count. We first used to select the story and take the suitable artist. Now they put cart before the horse. That they first select the stars who are available or who agree to work, and then they start doing story. And because there is no, academic qualification for producer, anybody, Tom, Dick and Harry can become producer. Whoever brings money, raises money, smuggler also can become a producer and take the stars. That's why the stars prices had gone skyrocketed. And the genuine producers in Hollywood, there are paid producers. They are paid. It is a specialized job. Here, the producer is one who raises finance. Now, there is a lot of difference in discipline also. They, first of all, when producer used to come, the actors went to receive him because all were on monthly basis and they respected him and all that. Now the producer goes, when this artist comes, he opens the door of his car and just says salam and all that and thank you that you have come. तो कहा अब मैं आया हूँ, भी 5:30 बजे मुझे जाना है, आता है 3 बजे, भी 2 घंटा में क्या पिक्चर बना सकते हैं हम. And then the one thing is that technically we have advanced, but thematically we have deteriorated, completely deteriorated. Where are the good stories of good old days, social and historical? Those days are gone. And the institution of the character artist is completely finished. Now it is coming up, but then Chandra Mohan, Durga Kote, Nawab, character artists also counted. Jivan, and so many others. Because here now what happens, this story, the hero dominates and he takes the climax also on him. So character artist is nowhere now. But there are certain now character artists who are indispensable. They dictate their own terms, like Kader Khan and this. But then the pictures are all stereotyped. Mara-mari and this dishum and smuggling and all that. There is no variety in the picture. And now the time has come that this thing won't go now. Now you see Chandni, there is no dishum or mara-mari. Now the music has come to stay. Formerly on music the picture used to run for Silver Jubilee. Now that time is coming, that oe and all that on music has become the criterion now.
So you see, you're optimistic enough for the future of the film industry.
Yes, I think so. But then this video and TV is hampering so much the industry. But then I am sure that after some time, as in America, people will be fed up with the small screen. They would like to see on big screen big pictures like 10 Commandments or historical pictures. You can't make on TV or video film. But then, as in America now, there is a boom again. Hollywood, the studios were sold, Metro and all that. And then foreign capital, Japanese and Australians came, and then they started making pictures, and now it is boom. It was so depression. There was so much depression first.
Sir, I want to quote from your own interview which you had given long time back and which you I think have forgotten. You had defined a producer, and I think that is one of the best definitions of a producer. A producer should be a technically accomplished man, a coordinator of talents, a man combining in himself some of the qualities of a prophet and a general, and one who should know when to be a miser and when to be a spendthrift.
Yes.
This I think because you have produced so many pictures apart from directing them, for other people you have produced films. I think this is one of the best definitions of a producer.
Yes, of course. Because he must spend where he should. But then he must be a miser when there is unnecessary superfluous expense. What is the use of that?
Correct. Sir, tell us something about the awards or the recognition that you have won over the years. Because you were functioning basically at a time when awards were not that many as now they are, But even then, I think you have won a number of gold medals and scrolls of honor
from the public institutions.
Can you tell us something about the more important ones?
A citizen society was formed under the presidency of Mr. Pranlal Devkar Nanji, the founder of the Dena Bank. and Pitti and so many other prominent citizens. They gathered together and they gave us a scroll of honor at Super Cinema on the occasion of the silver jubilee of Ram Rajya. And then three mandal ladies institutions and all that, they came. Bharat Milap also, they gave me addresses and awards, cups and all that. In that time, there was no trophy. Such cups, you see, were given just as the sportsman gets.
But I think the greatest award that you ever got was the acclaim and love of the audience.
Yes, that is the greatest award. You see, I care more for reward rather than award.
Yeah.
The award-winning pictures have sometimes fallen flat.
Yeah.
And these big pictures who had run the rewards, box office pictures, that is the reward. Award mein kya karna hai? What is to be done?
Correct. Thank you, Mr. Bhatt. Mr. Vijay Bhatt is one of the most successful narrators of legends and mythological tales, films which have become milestones of Indian cinema. He is probably one of the rare filmmakers who has given status to the mythological film. And films such as Ram Rajya, Bharat Milap, Baiju Bawra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vikramaditya, these films enough are to guarantee his immortality in the field of Indian cinema. Thank you.